Good morning. Hello, how's everybody? Okay, so last night we were looking at Bitcoin for a breakout from this kind of wedge consolidation that we were in, maybe to the upside, maybe to the downside. It was pretty tight of a wedge that we were looking in, but if we were going to get a buy entry, that then last night we needed to see this break to the upside, or at least get above these hourly moving averages. This is what we were looking at for the first confirmation that we were going to go higher, and it hasn't happened. And in fact, I think that what we've seen here in this, let's go to a 4-hour chart, is a breakdown of this bigger kind of diagonal here like this. It's quite hard to draw because of the spikes in Bitcoin, but clearly we've broken down. So now the main question is, let's go back to the daily and put regular candles on. For me, the main question is, because the last legs of the last legs usually are 5 waves. Sometimes the 5th wave doesn't fails, or it doesn't work, or 5th wave failures are common. But I think that we can, depending on whether you count this as an irregular correction of a wave 4, or whether that spike was the wave 5. And if we look under the hood at the spike that we made, it could have been kind of just, I don't know, to be honest, I can't see it, but I can't see, waves that meet the rules, but it could be that we have seen the high in Bitcoin and the bigger summer correction is underway, and we're not going to get to the big 382 fib that we were looking for. And instead, the fib resistance that we're looking at is this big 236 fib in the total market cap, and we're going to see a summer correction in all of the crypto. And so we need to be watching what happens very closely today. Here's the BLX index that Neil likes. Now, let's zoom out and look at this rally that we've had, and a good way, because it's slightly different. The Brave New Liquid Coin, we're underneath this 20 moving average at the moment just. But if we look all the way up from when we started this rally in February, we never got underneath and held underneath the 20 moving average. Every time we got back to it, even if we had a small close underneath it, which we did on the 4th of March, the very next day we recovered it and rallied off it again. And so in this entire rally, we haven't been underneath it. And I would say back underneath that 20 moving average would be a really good sign that that's it, that the rally's over and a bigger correction is underway. So I'm going to watch what happens very closely today, because it's pretty early in the day and a lot can happen between now and then. For example, we could rally all the way back up from here and we could end up with a spike like this. We could rally all the way up and end up at new highs until we see where we close. It's not really, it's just we're talking about what are the possibilities. If we look at this being just an ABC correction before we continue higher to that 382 fib level, then we haven't quite tagged it here at Bitstamp. It's at 7708. That would be an ABC correction. We could find our feet there and we could rally back to that 382 fib very easily. If we look at some other exchanges and where we are with relation to a correction, they're all in the same place. Potentially, we could see this ABC level and another rally. Markets love to trick people into going the wrong way, especially early in the day, and then they turn around and they go the other way. Here at BitMEX, I've got Kraken, but we'll look at some other exchanges. In all of these exchanges, we're around about this morning that ABC equal measured move level. Let's look at Bitcoin Tether at Binance, and see if Tether's making any difference in this pullback. And it's not. We've still got actually a little bit further to go at Binance as well. 7742 is where we meet that equal measured move level. And remember, we can have a look underneath this as long as we hold it a close at the end of the day and rally from here. That's what we're looking for. So although it looks pretty bad on the daily, and if we close down here, I would be very concerned if we didn't see a rally the next day, tomorrow, then I think that we can say the high is in. So we're almost at the kind of last line in the sand before we say, okay, this is a top. So another way, of course, we haven't really, we could put our fib 236 support in, and if we look here, that's just a tiny, I'm going to go from the yearly lows, so that's the 29th or 30th of January there, isn't it? And if we do that, let me make sure I've got my price on right. If we do, so we're going from the yearly lows to highs, the 236 fib for that is exactly just a little bit lower, so right where we've got our ABC correction. So that's going to be our bull bear line in the sand. If we go below that today, in whatever exchange you're on, we'll look at some more in a minute, that's going to be our breakdown. So a close below 77.23. See how that lines up with the ABC correction? Okay, so that's Bitcoin Tether at Binance. Let's look at a couple more. So yeah, this is us last night and looking for a breakout. And above the 50% of this drop, we never got it. We never got back above those moving averages. And here we are again at Coinbase. So our ABC level is down. Here we're almost at it, 76.93 at Coinbase. And again, we're going to draw a fib correction from the 29th of January, the yearly low to the high, and they line up 77.32. So our bull bear line, if you're trading at Coinbase, 77.32, 76.93. So let's call it 76.93. We'll take the lower one to be generous. So this is where we'll stay in our uptrend if we can hold this level today, and we still have a shot at going for that 9,400 level. But if we break that, then I'm afraid it's looking like the summer sell-off has begun for all of these coins. So I realize that's not great news.